Did you know that 80% of New Year's health goals are abandoned by February? For postpartum moms who may already be starting the year running on exhaustion, unpredictable schedules, and sick, tiny humans who need us constantly, it is no wonder why you may be feeling done with goals. Hey friend, I'm Laura Lindahl, pre- and postnatal health coach, and I help postpartum Christian moms go from exhausted to energized, with strength to end the day as a peaceful and present woman. Today, I'm showing you how to set God-centered health goals for moms that actually work to improve your health and make the progress you've been dying to see. Yes, even in the real, messy, unpredictable season of motherhood. Maybe when you hear the word goals, you already feel burnt out. You've tried them before, they felt heavy, they didn't stick. Maybe you didn't even want to watch this video because you're so done with goals. They don't work for you anymore, or worse, they've done more harm than good. Maybe you're wondering if you even have what it takes to get stronger, be consistent, or get your energy back. That was me too, until I'd realized I'd been making one big goal-setting mistake every year. A mistake that set me up for failure before I even got started. A mistake I'd seen normalized by fitness experts that sounds good on the outside, but for active Christian moms, it set us up on a journey away from God's version of health and motherhood towards self-reliance, burnout, and frustration. By the end of this video, it's my prayer that instead you feel encouraged to set health goals that honor the Lord, your season of life, and are excited for how the Lord will transform your health in the year ahead. So if you're ready to stop feeling aimless in your health goals and supported by the one who made you as you work towards them, you are in the right place. Because I'll be sharing my biggest health goal setting mistake and 3 types of God-honoring health goals for 2026 for you to pick from based on your season. So let's dive in. You can probably guess that as a fitness coach, I know a thing or two about setting goals. We are trained in it. And so because of that, I set goals that used to look perfect on the outside. They were smart, they were disciplined, they were impressive, but really they were about self-elevation. It was about how can Laura become more disciplined? How can Laura have more consistency and become my quote-unquote best self? Every January, the question underneath was, how can I improve myself this year? But I gotta tell you, that question left me feeling tired, striving, and quietly just discouraged, especially when life got full, because I had placed myself at the center of my goals. Everything revolved around how I could be better, how I looked to other people, and I became my own bottleneck. When no one noticed, I gave up. When I was tired, I quit. I could quote 1 Corinthians 10:31 by heart, and I knew I needed to do it all for God's glory as head knowledge, but when it came to my heart, it wasn't seeking in. My health goals were about me, not God. Until one day I hit my breaking point. No matter how hard I pushed myself when I became a mom, the scale wouldn't budge. My workouts felt heavier and my heart felt hard. I'd tried it all, except seeking the Lord when it came to my health. When I fell to my knees, the Lord gently taught me that health is not about elevating ourselves to look or even feel better, but to equip ourselves for the journey ahead, which led me to ask myself a different question when it came to setting health goals. If health is designed to equip you, not elevate you, what is it that God is asking you to be ready for? And that shift has changed everything. My health goals got more simple. They were much less impressive. They were far more grounded. Instead of trying to elevate my image, I trained to equip my body for patience with my toddler, for presence with my husband, for serving my family and my calling of ministry without burning out. Maybe the way I pursued goals sounds familiar to you. Maybe your goals, like mine, make sense on paper or by the fitness industry standard, but internally they feel heavy to you. Maybe you feel disconnected. Maybe another place you're falling short. Here's the verse that reframed health goal setting for me. It's 1 Corinthians 9:27, which says, "I discipline my body and I keep it under control, lest after preaching to others, I myself should be disqualified." You don't ditch goal setting altogether because the enemy's playing mind games with your head. That's exactly what he wants: soldiers who feel ill-equipped for the fight. Instead, you learn to set goals that align with God's goal for your health, ones that directly equip you for the fight. Because in case you needed the reminder, Mama, we are in a fight. There's a spiritual warfare going on all around us, and our bodies are the vessel by which we fight. You need a healthy body, a strong mind, and so much energy to be present. And that's why health goals matter for Christian moms. This verse reminds us that Paul isn't chasing approval like I had done for years. He's ordering his life so nothing competes with his calling. And I don't know about you, but I want to feel qualified to fight with strength and bravery for the hearts of my children, for my marriage, and for my ministry. So now you know that God-centered health goals matter because they equip us for the fight. And I'm going to give you 3 types of God-honoring health goals you can set this year. 3 types that I wish somebody had told me before I went with what the fitness industry told me was a good goal. Because as you probably now know, goals are not one size fits all. What may be fitting goal for one mom may not work for another. So as you listen, I want you to pick the type of goal that suits your season of life. And be sure to listen to the end where I share my 2-step process that is utterly simple for setting goals. Now, before we get practical, I want to share something really exciting. This spring, I'm launching Healthy, Holy Motherhood, an 8-week live experience for moms running on empty, but craving a health routine that actually supports their energy, strength, and peace. No punishing workouts, no diet culture, just grace-filled rhythms that fit real motherhood, so you can end your day strong, calm, and present. If this sounds like something you need, click the link in the description for early discounts and updates. Now, back to the goals. I find it helpful to break up goals into 3 types because I think deep down, women know what areas of their life they need to grow in, but we can often feel so overwhelmed by the amount of growth that we desire, we can become paralyzed by it. So I've chunked it down for you. And like I said, I want you to pick one and focus on that goal for 3 months. Then you can come back, watch this video again, and pick another one. I'm also sharing these goals in a very specific order because we often make the mistake of mirroring culture's goals for increasing capacity without setting a needed foundation. And you may already know that having a rocky foundation isn't the best way to build a strong house. So don't get greedy, pick one, and start where you are at. The first type of health goal is called an embodiment goal. These goals answer the question, do you feel at home in the body that God has given you? Not the one you wish you had. These type of goals focus on sensation, awareness, trust, and basic care for our body. They can sound like move daily in a way that feels grounding, or eat until I'm satisfied, or notice hunger, fullness, tension, and fatigue, or something as simple as breathe, stretch, walk, lift, all without rushing. This type of goal is about inhabiting your body, not changing it, because you cannot steward, strengthen, or discipline a body that you are dissociated from. And for many of us as moms, we've become dissociated from our bodies for far too long. We feel unsafe or disconnected from our body, and no matter how much weight we try to lose, muscle we try to build, and changes we make, we still don't feel safe. And that's because we've skipped this first step. Feeling safe in your body is vital for women to be healthy. It sets us up for regulated hormones, better sleep, trust for our body signals, and a calm mind that can hear the Lord speak. So if you're feeling like your body isn't your home anymore, start here and pick from one of the examples above and start to trust the body that God gave you. The second type of God-centered health goals are freedom goals. I don't think I would have outwardly described myself as trapped in my self-centered goals, but I really was. I had no clue the amount of restriction, guilt, and fear I was living in. It was like that joke about two fish swimming in the pond. One swims up and says to the other, "Real nice water we're swimming in today, huh?" And the other fish asks, "What's water?" If you've never experienced the mental peace and freedom that comes from healing your relationship with your body and food, this one's about to get really good for you. Freedom goals heal the stress, hormone, and nervous system chaos that drives binging, restriction, exhaustion, and overtraining. And these goals answer the question, does my body feel safe? They focus on balancing blood sugar, hormones, nervous system, and anxiety around food and exercise. They sound like this. Maybe it's pray when I feel like complaining about my body, or make a meal plan and batch lunches so I don't skip it again, or meditate on a Bible verse while I walk once a day for 10 minutes after lunch, or perhaps go to bed 15 minutes sooner so I can get up and be with Jesus. This is where peace replaces control, because a regulated body doesn't need willpower, it needs to be reminded of who is actually in control. The third type of God-centered health goal is a calling goal. With a strong foundation of freedom and embodiment, the hard work's already done. You've cleared the mental load that causes most moms to quit by February, and you're ready to set some physically challenging goals. You can build physical ability so you can live out your roles with joy instead of depletion. These type of goals answer the question, what do I need to do in my body? They focus on strength, endurance, mobility, resilience, cue all of the typical New Year's goals that women want to work towards. They sound like, I want to build muscle so aging doesn't shrink me, or I want to heal my core so I can move without pain, or have energy for my kids, work, and ministry, or train so my body keeps up with my calling. These goals are about function, not fixation on the scale, how much weight you can lift, or how your body changes. And you'll know that you're reaching this goal by seeing how your day-to-day activities start to feel easier and lighter. Now you have 3 different types of God-centered health goals to pick from. Ones that are very different than culture, based on your own stage of healing and health, and I hope now you're starting to see a fresh perspective on health goals, one that brings hope and not hurt. Before we end, I want to give you a quick 2-step goal setting process to take these goals and get really practical with something you can write down right now as you watch this video, and you can know exactly what your first goal will be in 2026 to work towards. Step 1. Ask the Lord to help you pick one word for your year. Maybe He's already been leaning you towards it. Maybe you've already felt a gentle nudge. Pick one word that you want to ground your year by. Some examples to pick from are one of my favorites, characteristics of God, like faithful, peace, presence, holy, gracious, still, patient, just to name a few. Once you've picked your word, you'll ask yourself this question: what type of health goal would that version of me start with this year? For example, my personal word for this year is stillness. And one of my freedom goals is to spend time being still every morning to hear the Lord before my son gets up. Because previously I've struggled with my mind racing with all of my to-do lists in the morning, and years past I would find myself craving productivity more than presence with the Lord. So this is my freedom goal. What's yours? Please share it below. I would love to hear from you in the comments. And as always, if this video resonates with you, please hit subscribe and hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.